Hi, I'm Mary Benetti, and I love all the new salvias that have been coming on the market. I'm going to talk to you today about what to do with your salvias after you take cuttings and how to overwinter them. So this is an example of one of these tall salvia plants. And in an earlier episode, you can look it up on YouTube, I showed you how to take cuttings of salvia in the late fall. So here's what the salvia looks like. It's blooming. And if you cut out, the main blooming stalk, these little side shoots here, I'm going to cut off the flower, remove the lower leaves, and that's a cutting. That's what we dip into the soil. So that is what I did earlier, and now it's been a couple weeks, and salvias are one of the easiest perennial plants to root from cuttings. The other thing, these new salvias are not very winter hardy. So if we get a winter that is maybe below 0 degrees or that is below freezing for a couple of days, you can lose your salvias and have to replace them every year. So what I suggest you do is take cuttings like I did here. Then after a couple of weeks, when the roots have formed, we are going to transplant them into the ground and cover them with a little mini greenhouse. You can also, if you don't have a greenhouse like this to cover them, you can use a plastic gallon milk jug. Cut out the bottom of the jug and place that down. You can use a cold frame. Ideally, if you have a greenhouse, that's also great. But this is a way I'm going to improvise. I mostly want to check to see. It's been probably 3 weeks. Salvias usually root very quickly. Let me see if we see roots already. So I take this out. Separate these out. And oh wow, this is not rooted. And this one is rooted. I can see some little roots here. So I'm going to go ahead and slip this in the ground. Firm the soil around. He's not quite rooted, but I see a tiny bit of a root. I'm going to go ahead and stick him in the ground. Winter is coming. I don't have time to waste to baby these. Stick that in the ground. And then I'm going to use a little bit of a clay pot right like this to the side. Reason is, when I cover it with my little greenhouse, I want one corner slightly up for ventilation, and I'm going to leave this like this all winter. So it's going to get warmth, sunlight. Remember, most salvias like warmth. They need good drainage. That's why I have this in this raised bed here. But just leaving one corner of it upright a little bit means it's going to get good air circulation and avoid the issues that we have with cuttings with poor air circulation, which would be mildew and leaf rot. So there we go. With any luck, we'll check in the spring. I'll have some really well-rooted salvias in the spring, and I'll be able to have these beautiful new salvias in my garden again for no cost. This has been Mary Benetti with Easy Answers for Great Gardens.